Good morning.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm just gonna mute.
Okay, let's do this. Take your feet nice and wide. We're gonna take a nice big deep breath. Reach the arms nice and long. Take your gaze, look up, your palms now face. Try to lift up out of your hips. Like think about trying to get taller from the top of your head. And then one arm goes down and the other one goes up and over. Again, you're focusing on reaching up. And then do the same on the opposite side. Reach, 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 so you're feeling a big stretch through your full side body, right down to the hip. And let's switch sides again. Up, really lift, and then sweep over. And one more time. Okay, now make a fist. Squeeze the elbows together and back as far as you can get them. Fold halfway down. Keep your elbows nice and high, and then come back up. So inhale when you go down, exhale when you come up. Really try to find your breath today. Keep the elbows up. And once you've done a few of these, see if you can get a little bit lower, but we're not rounding our back. Now on this next one, I want you to hold it down for about 3 counts. Push those elbows up, squeeze them together, and then come up slowly. You're gonna do that 2 more times. So hold down, elbows squeeze, come back up slowly, and one last one. Okay, you're gonna release the arms, let your head go, and totally unweight the upper body here. Your legs are straight. You're gonna take a nice big deep breath in, and then inhale, look up. So you're extending the spine, and then fold it back down. Inhale, extend. Shift your hips backwards. Fold back down. Last one, inhale, extend. Shift back, walk your fingers forward. So you got a tug of war going on, big stretch for the lats. Try to go as far back with the hips and as far forward with the fingers as you can. Okay, now walk your hands forward to the front of your mat. So you're in your high plank position. You haven't changed your feet. Cover your knees above the floor. Find your belly, pull it up and into the spine. Go back to a straight leg. Push your heels backwards so you feel a stretch through the lower legs. Again, cover your knees. Big stretch for the feet. And straighten them, heels push back. Your legs are really straight. And do one more. Now put your knees down. Bring your wrists under your shoulders. You're in your quadruped position, so tuck your toes under, round your back. So you're just looking at your knees. And now switch it. So we're going to do about 4 or 5 cat-cows nice and slowly. Again, really important to take as many deep breaths as you can. Try to really create as much space between your shoulder blades when you're rounding the back. So you're pushing away from the floor. Let's do one more. If you try shifting your hips a little further backwards, maybe hold your spine in flexion. And then come back to a neutral position. We're gonna just elevate off the knees a couple of inches. And then put them back down. So lift up. And lower. And do that 3 more times. So you're holding up for at least 3 counts. And then when we lower down, we let it all release. Okay, after the last one, go to a small down dog. So you've got your heels pushing to the floor with your legs straight. Now come back to bear. So you're gonna hover your knees above the floor. And go back to that small dog. And back to bear. And one last time, push those heels down. Now, keep everything the same except lift your left leg up off the floor. So your right heel is still down. And then put that leg down and switch sides. You're intensifying the stretch you're getting in that lower leg that's on the floor. Keep alternating. One more time on each side. Now you're gonna pedal your feet. So you're up on one set of toes, down on the other. Just keep pedaling. Okay, now come back forward to plank. Hold your high plank, and we're gonna do some scapular work. So you're gonna lower your chest and then press away. So let it come through the shoulders, through the arms, towards the floor, and then push away. Really important here, not to bend at the elbows. You're not locked out, but you're not bending to get the chest down. You're dropping into the shoulders. Do that a few more times. Make sure your face hasn't fallen off your body. Okay, back to a downward facing dog. Hold here 5 big breaths. Now start to lift up as high as you can onto the toes. And then push the heels towards the floor. Keep going. Okay, float back forward to plank. Put those knees down. You're going to take your hips back over your heels. Your spine is extended. Walk your hands to the corners of the front of your mat. Think about lowering the chest towards the floor. Now come back to your quadruped position. We're going to do a few more cat-cows. This time, as soon as you arch the back, shift your hips back over the heels. And then pull forward. And then do it again. Round, take the hips back. And then drop into the shoulders, come forward, tailbone towards the ceiling. Again, round, shift back. Come forward. Now, keep your knees where they are, but walk your hands towards the front of the mat. Let your hips come forward. So while you're holding this position, I want you to draw the belly button towards the spine. So pull the stomach in. And now shift back. Hips go all the way back over the heels. And do it again. Come forward. Shoulders end up being over your wrists, and then you lower the hips. and then take it back. And one last time, come forward. Now, hold your hips down, slide your feet or your knees back a little bit. I want you to just lower down onto the forearms. So you're in baby cobra. Again, focusing on pulling the stomach in. Just hold this while you breathe. It's a nice stretch for those muscles, but you are contracting them. Okay, we're going to slowly lower the chest to the floor and bring your hands by your chest. Keep your neck long so your face is off the floor but looking down. Now, using the muscles that run along your spine, try to lift your chest up. You can relax the feet and be on the tops of the feet if you like. We're just going to hold this, draw the belly in while you breathe with your chest up. Five more big breaths. And with your hands by your chest, you're just going to lift back up, keep your knees down, and then lower slowly all the way back down again. Pick the chest up, hold and breathe. So you're not really depending too much on your hands. In fact, you can hover the hands just above the floor. And think about lifting the elbows up towards the ceiling so you feel the thoracic spine working. Top of the back. Hands down, push yourself back up. You're still on your knees. One last time, lower down. Hover your hands. Lift those elbows up towards the ceiling and squeeze them towards each other. Draw the belly in. Take a few more breaths. Now, hands down, sweep up. Tuck the toes under, take it to your downward facing dog. Just relax here and breathe. Okay, we're going to walk our feet all the way towards our hands. Meet in a full forward fold. Just take some nice big breaths. Okay, you're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Take a nice big deep breath, sweep the arms up. Salute the sun. And bring your hands to heart. And that's your warm up. Okay, we're going to start doing some lateral arm raises. We're going to do a lot of one muscle at a time today. So whatever weights you use for lateral, put them in your hands by your side, stand nice and tall, great posture. Arms go out and then they come back down. Work with as much control as you can and try to maintain the same pace up as you do down. So inhale, lift, exhale, lower. We're not going too fast. Now we're going to add forward and then side. Forward and side. Try to really control it. And then if you get tired, you can always do one at a time. So really make sure when you're, especially when you're doing the forward, that you're not letting the shoulders roll forward. I'm going to do a few more here. Nice. Here's your last one. Now we're gonna switch to a much heavier weight and do some squat and deadlifts. So whatever is your heaviest, pick up, feet are hip width apart. We're just gonna squat down. And then we're gonna come up and do a deadlift. Now, when you come up from the deadlift, I want you to turn your palms to face forward. Proud out the chest, squeeze your shoulder blades. Then come back to the squat. The deadlift. And the back work. So squat. Deadlift. Proud out that chest. You can turn the palms almost to face sideways. You'll get more out of it for your back. So on your squat, try to go as low as you can without compromising form. So big pause at the top of the move, so you really give those shoulder blades a big squeeze before your squat. Okay, we're gonna do 3 more. Coming up on your last round here, squat, deadlift, proud of that chest. Okay, put them down. We're gonna come down to the floor. Find your small band, the hardest one of the bunch, of course. Now to start this, we're gonna put it above our knees. So just above the knees. And then you're gonna get yourself lying down with your feet on the floor. Like you are about to bridge it up. But first, we're gonna tilt the pelvis up. So you feel your lower back on the floor. Then we're gonna roll it down. We're just gonna rock this to warm up those muscles. Forward. And tilt it up and just do it a few more times. Okay, so with your lower back down on the floor, walk your feet almost to the edges of your mat. So you should feel some tightness in the band. Now from here, we're gonna roll up till our hips are as high up as we can get them. Keep that tightness in the band. So once your hips are up, think about opening your legs even wider. And then slowly roll back down. Keep the band nice and tight. Roll the pelvis forward. Tilt it back up. Roll up. When you roll up, I want you to press up through your heels. Roll back down slowly. Pelvic tilts forward. Flip it. Lift it. Open those legs. You want to be feeling this on the outer hips. Lower. Now, if you can, see if you can walk your feet right to the edges of your mat. Tilt up, roll up. Now hold up, get the hips as high as you can. Lift your toes off the floor. So you should definitely be feeling this before we even add any movement. Now take those knees and push them out even further. Out an inch, in an inch. Just keep going. You have about 10 more pulses. out as wide as you can. Little wider. Pulse again. Hold it out. Now slowly lower back down. Keep the bend, but bring your knees into the chest for a little break. You're gonna open and circle the knees as big as you can, even though you've got the band on. Change your direction. Okay, now take that bend all the way down your legs till it's just above the ankles. Straighten your legs. Now you're gonna open wide and just pull. Now I want you to close really slowly, so you don't feel any tightness in the band, and then open back up again and hold it. And close really slow. This is really targeting all the itty bitty little muscles. Also think about pressing down the tummy. Close slowly. Try to open this one even wider. Really fight for it, right? Should be hard right from rep number 1. Close slow. Do it again, open. Now, while you open and fold this, move your feet forward a little bit and try to open even wider. Feeling the outside of those hips. Close, slow, bring your knees into the chest, make that nice circle again. Change the direction. Okay, take the bend off. We're gonna wake up our core a little bit. So I want you to bend your legs 90 degrees at the knee. Flex your feet. Make sure your lower back is down on the floor. And just move your knees forward a little bit. Pay attention to how that changes the effort of the belly. Move them a little more forward. Again, see if you can go a little more forward. You haven't straightened the legs. You're still with bends at the knees. Now bring the knees into the chest, take a little break. And then we're going to start again. Knees over hips, feet flexed. Your ankles are at the same height of the knees. Now move them forward, keep your lower back pressing down and your tummy. Go a little more forward. Adding intensity. Continue to breathe. A little more forward. And bring the knees in. If you're not feeling any trembling at all, you got to move those feet a little further out and keep the legs bent. Okay, last time. Knees over hips to start, then move them out. Keep pressing your lower back down. Move them out again. And one more time. Now, while they're as far out as you can get them with your legs bent, I want you to hover the right heel above the floor. Really adding a lot of work to that right side body. Pick that back up and do the left. You got still those knees in the same place that they were. Switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And bring your knees in, nice reprieve. Keep them together this time and then circle. Go the other way. Okay, while we're down here, one more effort for the core. We're gonna do those dead bugs that are ever so challenging if you move your knees in front of those hips. Lift the arms up. So extend the right leg down and the left arm back. You should feel that right side body, and then bring it back in together. Switch. So you're extending out and you're holding while you try to move the other knee forward. Come back in and switch. Come back in and switch. Come back in, make a circle with both knees again. Go the opposite way. Okay, we're gonna rock and roll up. We're gonna get back up on our feet. We're gonna challenge our leg strength and balance at the same time. So you're gonna pick up one of your heaviest weights. So, like they say, go heavy or go home. So here we go. I'm gonna kickstand my right foot. I have the weight in my right hand. So I'm gonna come down, and as I start my descent, I'm gonna take the weight in front and get it over outside of the left foot. And then I'm gonna come back up. Put that heel down. So you've got both feet down. Make sure you're not compromising your posture. So up on the toes, kickstand, start your descent, push your hips back. Take this weight outside of that foot. And then come back up, put the heel down, let this release, and then start again. Lift onto the toes, rotate, take it down. I've got my weight going all the way down to the floor, but if yours isn't going to go that far, that's fine. Work the range of motion that your body is allowing you today. We're going to do two more. So I'm going really slow, like 5 counts up, 5 counts down. Okay, I'm going to switch hands. So I'm putting 80% of my weight now into my right leg. I'm going to kickstand the left foot. Take that weight to the outside of the right leg. You might notice you have more strength or balance on one side than the other, which is perfectly normal. We all tend to favor a side. That's why training this way, challenging your balance and forcing you to stabilize, is a good thing. So again, when you turn that weight to the outside of that foot, you want to line it up with the foot. You don't want the weight way out in front, because then you're taking the workload out of your glute. And that's what we wanted. Push your butt back. Come back up. Okay, switch hands. Kickstand the left foot. The right foot. So sorry. Now, this weight is going to go outside the left foot, but this time I'm going to completely lift my right leg off the floor. So we're just amping this up a little bit. Go down and up, take a break when you get to the top, reset, start again. And again, you want to keep the weight in line with that foot, not way out in front, if you can. And we're just gonna do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Nice and slow. Such a good exercise. It uses your whole core, really. Back and legs. Okay, switch to the opposite side if you did your 5. Starting out with weight on the left. Take it down. Sweep that leg back behind you. You move. Ideally, you want to do this exercise with as much control. So go slow. You might notice you have to really concentrate a little more on one side. And I'm going to do one more. When you come up, try to come up nice and slow. And if you run out of gas, you can always do this without a weight or go lighter. There we go. Put that weight down. Okay, while you're up, no weights. Left foot forward, right leg back. Ooh, working these butt cheeks. We're going to see how this is going to feel. So I want you to bring some straightness to your front leg. Get really high on the toes on the back foot. Bring your arms out in front. And you have a big forward lean coming. So your front leg is almost straight. You're leaning forward. Now I want you to bend the front leg. Big old bend. Lean even more forward. Now clasp the fingers together in the front. Lean more forward and then rotate to the left. And then come back. And keep going. Rotate. Come back. Slow. Whatever range you can do. Okay, now release the fingers just down to touch the floor. And then come back up and lean forward. And then lower. Lift those arms, lean forward, lower, and lift. And now take them all the way up to the ceiling. So now you're getting a big stretch in your right hip flexor. Bring your hands down, step forward, and switch sides. This is one time when I want you to have as much space as you can between those legs. So start out, whoops. Almost a straight leg in the front. Bring the arms out. Lean forward. Now bring a big bend to that leg and really bring it forward. Clasp the fingers together. Rotate right. And come back. You got a big bend in the front leg and you're leaning as far forward as you can. Now bring the hands, separate them. Fingertips come down. They tap the floor. You press back up through that heel. Lean forward. Lower. And lift. And lower. And lift. Now take the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Really high on the toes on the back foot. Bring your hands down. Step that back foot forward, switch sides. Whoops, not like that. Okay, big bend in the front leg. Big lean forward. You're going to keep the arms by your side with your palms facing down. Now, get higher off the heel in the back. Lower the chest a little more. So you're sort of like in a ski jump position with your spine and your arms. And now take the arms forward, lift them up. Take them back. Bend that front knee, lift up and back. And lift and back. And one more time, lift and back. Now power off that foot all the way to the back of the mat. Big deep breath. Salute the sun. Hands to heart. Step your other foot all the way forward. Once you've done that, try to create even more space. So you're gonna lean forward, bring the arms back. Big bend in that front leg. Sweep up. Now when the arms go up, the chest stays down. Find your breath. Try to wade into your heel, not the toes. Nice. One more. Now push back. Big deep breath, salute the sun. Hands to heart. Step your left foot forward. Now, this time, little balance challenge here. Hands to heart or out by your side if you need help with balance. I'm gonna bring some straightness to my front leg. And I'm gonna take my back foot and try to get that heel in line. So I'm walking a tightrope. So you should feel, ooh, this might be challenging. Get high on the toes on the back foot. So lower down, take a peek. Be careful when you do that. See if you can get it even more behind the front foot. So ideally your feet are in the same line. Now we're just gonna stand, lower the back heel to the mat, and then pick it up. And then lower, and when you lower, we're lowering with resistance. And lift. And lower. And lift. Now straighten your front leg if you can. Continue the exercise. Lower and lift. Now this next one, lift it up, release the arms by your side, hip hinge, let the fingers come all the way down, if they can, touch the mat, and then come back up. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Stay up on your back heel, lower, and lift, and one last time. Now bend your front leg, power back. It's water. We're gonna switch sides. However you want to get there. Big step forward, hands to heart, and then start to move. Take a peek at that back foot. See if you can get it right behind the front one. So we have a bend in the front leg. Slowly lower the heel and back up. And if it doesn't quite get to the ground, that's perfectly fine. That means you've got your foot far back there. It's not a bad thing. Okay, hold the heel up, bring some straightness to the front leg, release the arms, lower the fingertips to the floor slowly so you maintain balance. And then you come back up. Back down. Back up. If you need to make an adjustment because you've taken that foot and it's too hard, move the foot out further. Just do 2 more. The last one. Come back up. Step forward. Now, hands are just going to slide down your legs. You're going to unweight the upper body completely. So you're looking through your knees to the back of the room. Hold here and breathe. Keep the legs straight if you can get them. Nice. Now, hands down, step back. You're in high plank. Left knee to left elbow. Step it back. Right knee to right elbow. Step it back. Lower down onto the forearms. Keep your knees off the floor. Come back up to high plank. Left knee forward and back. Right knee forward and back. Lower to the forearms. Back up to high plank. Left knee forward. Right knee forward. Lower to the forearms. You can always switch your lead hand when you're coming back up. Come back up. Left knee forward. Right knee forward. Straight to a down dog. You are done. Hold here and breathe. Okay, walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold down. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to do a pyramid stretch. So, excuse me, left foot forward, right heel down on the floor. So you got both legs straight, both heels down. Walk it down. Spine stays long till it can't anymore. And then you're going to fold over that leg. Relax the head. Now try to not put weight into the arms. So your torso is just hanging. Extend the spine, come back up. Bring your back foot forward, switch sides. So your back foot goes as far back as it can with the heel down. Come on down. Fold over the leg, let your head go. Close your eyes, just breathe. Inhale, extend the spine. Walk those hands back up. Step your back foot in, take a nice big deep breath. Reach up with long arms and then go up and over. And then come back and go up and over. And then salute the sun. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Woohoo! Way to go, Anne. This cold is so much fun.